How are we all today? Oh, God, can we believe it's Wednesday already? What a week so far. How are we all? How are we all doing? Have we all had a fantastic week so far? Let's just take a moment and see if anyone fancies joining me today. We've got some lovely chainmail projects coming up today. Taking a nice classic weave and having a bit of fun with it and turning it into a bit of a more decorative design. So yes, let's have a little look, give everyone a little moment to pop in and say hi. Just pop my tab ready so I can show you how you can get the lovely kits for today. Good morning, Rachel. So Rachel says, good morning from a cloudy but with a touch of sunshine Barrow. I love that. Good morning to you. I think that's a pretty good, I think that Rachel's a pretty good description really of what it's like in Bristol as well. I would say it's sunny. It's bright. I don't know if I'd go as far as sunny, but it's definitely bright. There's clouds, the blue skies, but it's chilly. Hello, Teresa. Hello, Jan. Good morning, Camille. Let's get a weather check in. Good morning, Laura. Slightly dull over here. Have you got rid of your cough yet? Well, do you know, majoritively, it still hangs around a little bit, but it's way better, thank you. So hopefully that's me done for the year because I just feel like I've just been permanently ill. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, Anne. Wow, it's good morning. It's lovely to see you all. Right, I do have resident snorer in the room with me today. She is taken up in her position. Let me just get this ready to go. Yep, she is in position down here as always. In fact, let's do a quick cam check on her. Please excuse my. Let's just remove. This is Mr. Crow. I'm gonna tell you a story quickly. This is Mr. Crow, and he's here for he's missing his foot's hanging off. Bless him. My mum knitted him. My mum actually knitted me one of these when I was about 7. And I still have him. I just don't know where he is, but I do have him. And then when my daughter was born, I asked her to knit one for my daughter. So that's actually my daughter's Mr. Crow, but he's in my studio. Don't ask why. So I was just moving him out of the way before I show the resident snorer in place, ready for the tutorial today. And you will see she is as excited as always. Brace yourself. Let's have a quick look. Just move myself. Excuse the rubbish. There we are. Savannah. Hey, Sabs. Savannah. Good morning. Is that how we all, does she sum up everyone's pretty much how everyone's feeling on a Wednesday morning? Good morning, Savannah. Yeah, not even worthy of opening her eyes for us. Oh, good morning. Oh, a few of you come in now. Amazing. Good morning, Anne. I think it's a good morning to you. Good morning, Mina. Good morning, Barbara. Jan, these bracelets look great. Can't wait to try this. They are really great fun and they're so easy, which is what I really love about them. Good morning, Trish. Good morning, Debbie. Good evening from Australia. Hope all is well. Well, all is good here. Oh, it's so lovely to have you. It's our buddy's birthday, the day we got him from Dogs Trust. Oh, that's so lovely. Oh, happy birthday, buddy. Not even an inch of it. Nothing. Nothing. She's like, I don't care. I'm done. Did anybody manage to catch a bit of the sun over the weekend? I did. Let me show you. That's how much of the sun I caught. Look, nice and burnt. Oh, I literally have to look at the sun and I burn, which is so frustrating, which is why I don't love the sun so much. I like it in weather like this where it's a bit cool, but I don't love that intense heat. Good morning, Joanne. Good morning, Angela. Wow, good morning, everyone. It is so lovely to have you all in here today. I do have my coffee nice and ready. Double cappuccino with an extra shot, and I treated myself too. Salted caramel dusting on the top today. So we shall see. Right. Shall we go ahead and have a little look at the kits for today, at what we've got, and some of the ideas we can do with them. So let me show you first of all, shall I? Obviously we've seen the snoring French one. I'm going to show you the project and then I'm going to show you how you can get them. I'm a bit tangled up with my wires, so that's fine. We're just going to accept that and let that be. Right. Let's see what's going on. Good morning from an overcast Swansea. Well, actually, I've got quite a bit of bright sunshine coming through now, which is really lovely. Love a bit of sun. It's always lovely. Okay, let's have a little look at what we've got for today. So today we are doing what is known as the HoneyBee weave. Come on, camera, focus. Come on. She will focus. It's just she's dealing with the sunshine. She's not used to it either. There we go. Now, this is a really lovely, easy to do chainmail weave. And there is a rule. We do have a rule, and I'll explain that when we're doing it. And the rule is quite simply directional when it comes to compiling it. So when you compile it, these little sections here need to all be in that same direction. So if I show you, you'll see hopefully high, low, high, low, high, low. So that's what we're going to be looking at. Now, this weave doesn't have to have the seed beads on it, but I think it looks really, really cute with the seed beads. We have lots of different colorways available for you. We also have 10% off of the website today for the rest of... Ooh, come back. I lost the clasp brand. Across the website, I believe, I'll just triple check that before I go ahead and say that, but I believe it's 10% off the website for the rest of this week, which is fantastic. Let me just triple check before I go and say anything. Oh yeah, we've also got the return of the flies. So there's a fly that just loves to come in and taunt me. So if you hear buzzing, I apologize. All items 10% off this week. So what we've got is a couple of different colorways for you. So we've got the silver. Here we've got the lovely, I think this is the champagne gold. Let me get them all out and we can have a little look. And what's the way that we've done this is that you can go with the kits that I've kind of done and use the colorways that we've used and suggest, or you can mix and match and make your own up, which is really, really great. And I'm going to say one thing, what I would recommend, and I'm going to show you why when I do the demonstration, getting 2 kits and mixing and matching would actually be really beneficial, because it really helps when you're doing that sort of center part, that bit that I showed you with the high, low, high, low. And also it just looks really cool. But these are all done using one colorway. Now, I will say, I've obviously done little samples just for you to see it done, but you can see here a completed bracelet. Now, you do get enough in these kits to be able to create 2 of these bracelets. Now, these bracelets are compiled up with these little links. These are the HoneyBee links. And there are, for this average bracelet, there are 20. So and I worked this out, so I was proud of myself. You actually have enough to make 15 components per bag, and you get 3 bags. So you have enough to basically make 2 bracelets plus a few spare. And so you can see here we've got the black, we've got the titanium, the rhodium, rose gold, we've got the sort of classic gold, and then the champagne gold. And you'll see here, as I said, we've got colorway suggestions of using the seed beads. Now, I've got 2 colors per bag. I love to mix it up. You can just get one. You can do whatever you want. So let's go on over and have a little look at what we have. So I'm just going to take you over to totallybeads.co.uk, where you'll find lots and lots of bargains. So you want to go to the website, and then you can see there's Natalie, myself, and a lovely Kitty. And we have got, then if you go down, you want to go onto that for the video tutorials, and that will take you to where we are now, and you'll see that there are past and current projects on here. So we've got a HoneyBee weave, which is this one here. You've links to all of our social media, Kitty's YouTube, Facebook page, and our YouTube channel as well for Totally Beads. So what we're going to do is click on the HoneyBee. Okay. Bear with me one moment. Okay, so bear with me one moment. Okay, so what we're going to do, bear with me, sorry, is you'll see here that you've got the tutorial, which is what you're watching right now. I will say you also get with this one a PDF. Hi, Elaine. Good morning, Laura and everyone. Sorry I'm late. My new kitten, that sounds amazing. So what's their name? Boy, girl. Oh, so cute. We need more information. I just picked up my new kitten, Elaine. We need details. So you see here we've got the HoneyBee weave. You've got the kits available. So you have the black, you have the champagne gold, you have the rhodium, you have the rose gold, and you have the silver. So as you can see, we've also got all of the seed bead options to the side of them. And you can see there is 10% off all of these at the moment. Now I can show you the combination that I have used. You can go ahead and do the same combination, or you can go ahead and make your own up. It's absolutely up to you. These, I think, edge towards being my absolute favorite because they are... they're just a beautiful teal coloured, and with these beautiful sort of tanzanite purples. So beautiful, lovely combinations here. And you can see that they are a size 6. Now, this is important that you see the size of these because they do need to be a size 6 to be able to go onto the jump rings. If there are any other sizes, they will not fit comfortably onto the jump ring. So this is important. So we have got the size 6. You've got them in all of this variety of colours. They do, of course, range a little bit in price depending on the finish, but you can see you've got gold, black diamond, Montana gold, light Montana blue. You've got metallic iris, opaque jet, rose gold. You've got starlight. You've got silver lined crystal, silver lined grape, silver lined mauve, silver lined purple, silver lined tanzanite, and silver lined teal. So you can see that we have got a lot of lovely options here. Going into the kits, as I said, you will get 3 bags of 7mm jump rings. Now, just to clarify, to anybody who does chainmail regularly, if you refer to an inner diameter is 5mm, but we go by the outer diameter on Totally Beads, which are 7mm. So the outer diameter are the 7mm, and you'll see that just here. You get 3 bags. As I said, 3 bags is enough to make 2 bracelets, or you could make a necklace if you wanted to. You get two lobster clasps with that. You get the free tutorial that I'm about to show you, plus you get a free digital PDF, which will be sent with your order. So this PDF shows you how to do the HoneyBee weave. It also talks through how we can add the seed beads onto it and the best way to do so. So you will get, as I said, you get the black version. I won't go into every single one. They are all the same. You have the black, you have the, let's go into it, champagne gold. So you can see here the colorways that we've used. We've used the opaque black jet and the I think the tanzanites with this one. So you can see the colorways, and I've alternated them as you've gone along. With the black version, we had the sort of lovely gold lined beads, and again the black. And then you'll see with the gold, I've gone with the gold lined and the beautiful teal. And then we have, what else have we got? We've got the rhodium. With the rhodium, we went with the sort of, this is the silver line tanzanite and grape, I believe. Really beautiful, possibly Montana blue. I have got them all in front of me. You've got the rose gold, which has got a really lovely, this reminds me of, can you remember the fruit salad sweets? They're still around, not the same, but they are still around. This kind of makes me think of fruit salad. You know, you've got that lovely sort of tutti fruity kind of color, great for sort of like an evening out on a nice summer night. I went a bit adventurous on this one and kind of put 2 on each ring. And then, of course, you have the classic silver. And with the silver, we have got, again, the sort of, I think this is the grape coloured and the silver crystal colour as well. So we have got lots of lovely options here. As I said, these kits are $4.49 for the rest of this week. They have got 10% off. So each kit is the same. 3 bags of 7mm outer diameter jump rings, 2 clasps, a free PDF plus the tutorial. So you have all of that for your $4.49. They are all the same, as I said, except for different colorways. Then you have your options of seed beads. If you want to go ahead and make them beaded, like I said, choose the colors that you want. It's up to you. There are 10% across them at the moment. And again, they range $225, $234. We've got $342. It depends on the finish of the beads. You've got $144 for these and $144 for these. So you've got lots of options there. So Carol, can I confirm it's $4.49 just for the links and then you pay for the beads, or do the beads come with the links? No, so the beads are an additional. So it is $4.49 for the 3 bags of jump rings, which is enough for you to make 2 bracelets plus 2 lobster clasps plus the PDF. So you do not get the beads with these ones. You will have to purchase the beads separately. And if you see here, it does say you will need to add seed beads to decorate the bracelet. So the seed beads, are separate, but I've given you kind of colorway suggestions. And then you'll see you get 3 bags, which is enough for you to make 2 bracelets plus your clasps, plus the digital PDF, which has got, I believe, okay, I'm going to stop sharing. And then the camera's being a little bit funny. There we go. We'll just have a quick look. Where would I have saved it? I'll just see if I can tell you how many pictures the PDF has. And the PDF has, let's have a quick look. Pictures, 9. It has 21 pictures with step-by-step instructions, plus 2 additional sections explaining how you can add jump rings. So it's, nice and detailed, shows you how to do it, and a great accompaniment. And you get that with the jump rings only, not with the seed beads. So just to clarify, but that's a really good question, and thank you for asking. So, as I said, these are the kits that we have here. And one thing you'll see is it's lovely, it's fluid. It's just a really great bracelet to wear. You could just put, seed beads on one side if you wanted to. You don't have to put them on both. You can mix them up. You can have it all one color. On this one, I've alternated the colors and gone up and down. And there are 2 different ways that you can do the approach of adding the seed beads, and that can be done. I will talk through that. You can either do it when you are building the actual units, or you can do that when you are in your own time, Laura. When you have finished your unit, you could finish the whole bracelet and then decide you want to add seed beads, and you can do so. And I'm going to talk through both those options. I think if you were doing it in quite a simple pattern, then adding them at the initial stage is great. But if you are looking at doing them in a bit more of a complex pattern, because you have to deal with these being in the correct direction, plus these being in the correct direction, it can get a bit confusing and mistakes can happen, such as, I think I've done it on this one. I've made a mistake on one of them here. Can you remember I said about this needing to be directional? And if you look here, you can see it goes up, down. It goes, down, up, down, when it should be going all in that same. So up, down, up, down, up, down. So it's very easy to make mistakes. It's very easy to fix them as well. And I will talk about how you can fix them. Again, there's a couple of options, but I kind of like to keep these mistakes here because I like to show you, why it shouldn't be like that. And actually, when you start to build it, you will realize why as well. There's another reason. It's not just a visual, it's also to do with the tension. So that's the let's go ahead and get this being built up. So again, just to reiterate, you've got these lovely kits. What have we got that we have got? So chat some colors out, everyone. Let's go two-tone on this. Let's do some jump rings for the sort of the main bit, and then we need to do the center bits and the color as well. So let's go ahead and shout out some. What color jump rings should we do? What color do you fancy? And we will do a couple of colorways, and what color beads if we want to add some beads. So as I said, with the rose gold, we've got the lovely the sort of the gold coated. I go back onto the website, I will be able to tell you exactly what they are. Black and silver. Nice, Jan. Okay, let's see what else. So I'm supposed to just go back. Hi, Anastasia. How are you? So for the rose gold, I have used the rose gold, so Toho seed beads, along with the silver lined mauve. So I've used those with the rose gold, and then let's just keep them all together, otherwise mistakes happen, like I have here. So we have the for the gold version, we've got the teal silver lined, the gold jump rings, and then I used the, where are you, the starlight seed beads. And then, and you can see how much I've got left. And then we've gone ahead and used for the black version, where are we, for the champagne gold, gone ahead and used the champagne gold, the silver lined. Where are you? Ah, there you are. Where are you? But we've gone ahead and used these, so you can get an idea of how we can combine these. Silver with yellow beads. Oh, you're great, Camille. Thank you very much. Good morning, Elaine. Rose gold and silver with mauve. Oh my gosh, rose gold and silver with mauve and silver lined crystal bead. Wow. Okay. All right, there's a lot going on here. Okay, so oh, just saw Elaine. It's a girl 8 weeks old, not named yet. So cute. So yeah, Camille. Thank you, Camille. So do you know what? Let's have a little look at what we've got. I want quite contrasting colours. So I think I might go a little bit rogue and go black and gold. Actually, yeah, should we? Actually, let's go silver and gold. Let's keep it a little bit classic. Let's go silver and gold with the jump rings. Silver and gold. And then let's choose. So because I've got freedom now, I'm going to have to use some of these. And I feel like I want to use purple because I love purple and teal together. And I always say I'm not going to wear, I don't wear purple as a colour because it doesn't really suit me. But I do love teal and purple as a combination. So this is the combination I'm going to go for. As I said to you, I do, if you know, at the price of $4.49, get a couple of kits in different colorways. They are really great. They are really great to be able to see exactly what you're doing. However, it is perfectly doable with one color, as you can see. Just think sometimes when you've got the two colors, it can kind of help you know which one's which. So and you'll see this in the actual tutorial, I do explain that you're going to need about 25% of your jump rings to be closed and about 75% of your jump rings to be opened. I'm just going to get my jump rings off of my jump ring holder, my little monster jump ring holder, and I'm going to take my jump ring opener. Now you can, of course, get jump ring opener from Toho Beads as well. So I'm going to be taking, now I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do gold as the sort of accent, and I'm going to do silver as my centerpieces. So I'm going to do, sorry, the other way around. I'm going to do silver and then gold. So I want my silvers to be opened. These will be my 75%. My golds will be closed. So if you are two colouring it, if you're doing it with two colours, the colours that will be in the middle, the up and downy bits, will be the colours that remain closed. Okay, so the uppy downy bits will be the colours that remain closed. So I'm going to use gold. So I would have them as closed. They would be my 25% closed. If you're two-toning it. If you're not two-toning it, then obviously you just want 25% open and about 75% closed. For each unit, you will need 2 closed and 4 open. So what I'm doing is I'm just prepping some of these that will be my closed, even though when we look at them, they look like they are opened. They look like they're closed. When you look, you can see they're overlapped. So they do need to just be re-straightened so they are actually properly closed. Hi, Debbie. Good body. Good body. Black ups and downs and silver wings got to happen, Laura. So I've got 2 and 2, and then we've got. So what I'm doing is just getting my closed ones ready to make a couple of units. Now, what you can do as well is you can add to this at any point. So the great thing about this is I could pick up any of these pieces that I'm already working on and just continue onto it. So it's not a matter of, oh, I've got to do all of these at the same time. It's a really great, I think this is a really lovely, sat in the garden, enjoying a bit of sun, maybe having a barbecue and just sitting and creating. It's nice and easy. It doesn't take a lot of space and it's a really pretty pattern. Gold body. Black ups and downs and silver wings got to happen. Gold body. Yeah. Black ups and downs and silver wings got to happen. We will work on that. For now, I'm going to stick to this. So I've got a couple, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got enough to do 5 units. Now, as I said to you, we want 4 opened jump rings per unit. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2. There we go. 3 and 4. Of course, you don't have to use a jump ring opener. You can, of course, use 2 pairs of pliers, and I'll just show you how you can just use your 2 pairs when you're opening them. If you're using your pliers, hold it nice and straight and just turn. It's very important that you don't pull those jump rings open, that you do just hold them nice and steady and open them like you're closing, opening and closing a door. Okay, I think it depends how I feel at the time. So whilst I'm doing this, has anybody got anything exciting planned for the rest of their week? I am going to actually go and see Hamilton tonight at the theatre with my kids. My daughter is in the middle of her exams. Mina, I believe, was it your son who started their GCSEs as well? I hope they're getting on okay. Kayla's just started. She's in her sort of first full week of it. So I managed to get some reasonably priced tickets to see Hamilton. My daughter absolutely loves it. My son really loves it. Not as much as my daughter, but he does love it. And so I just couldn't let it arrive to Bristol and not go. But the problem is it's so expensive. But I did manage to get good price on tonight. So we'll take that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I say 4 or 6? It's 6. Hey, Natalie. Yeah, we might have something planned for the weekend. I'm so excited. Love a little impromptu trip down to Colchester. I'm super excited. Kitty has very bravely allowed Natalie and I to meet up again. And we are going to be going down to the warehouse for the weekend, getting some ideas together, some projects together. And we will be obviously catching up with a lovely Kitty, which is really great. I'm really excited. So yeah, I will see you on Friday. I'm super excited. It's going to be so much fun. So I'm heading down tomorrow, and I will see Natalie on Friday and Kitty. I'll see Kitty on Thursday. I'll see Natalie on Friday and Saturday. Super excited. If you have any ideas or suggestions of anything you'd like to have demoed, by the way, feel free to chuck me some ideas. No karaoke this time. Wow. I still did a good move. Natalie, you did amazing now. You were great. So I've got my little jump ring sections ready. Behave yourselves on your curly weekend. It's going to be really lovely. We're going to hopefully go out for a lovely meal again. And it's the weather obviously hopefully will be brighter. So yeah, lighter nights as well, because we were down there in February, weren't we, Natalie? So it was a bit darker, a bit colder. So hopefully it's going to be nice and bright late tonight. I love going out on a sort of summer's evening. So I've got my components here. So as I said, you do need 6, sorry, not 4. If I said 4 earlier, I do apologize. I've got my components ready. I'm going to take an open jump ring. Let's move a little section where my camera won't get upset because there's other stuff taking the frame. It's a little bit sensitive, my camera. She's a bit of a diva. Not having it today, are you, mate? There we go. Okay. I am super excited, though. It's going to be lovely. Okay, so add in my 2 closed jump rings. Now, whether they be the same colour or whether they be an alternate colour is up to you. I do quite like doing the mixed colours. So it's really great if you do buy 2 kits to get those mixed colours. So just close that jump ring, and then I'm going to take another open jump ring and just collect those 2 jump rings again. I'm just going to deal with this actually I'm going to upset it, and I'm going to put something over just to stop. Hopefully I'll focus a bit better. So I've got my 2 and my 1 and a 1. So 1, 2, 1. That's what we're going to have. So 1, 2, 1. Now this is where, if you can get into a habit of doing this the same direction every time, you should be able to get your up downs consistent. So if I'm going to do this one as a plain one, and I'll do the next one with beads on it. But what you need to do is have your section sort of towards you, like a little bow tie, if you think of it. And the 2 in the middle, you need to stagger them. So the key to getting the up and down is if you stagger them. Now, if you are not going to add the beads until the very end, then you don't need to think too much about this. But if you are going to add the beads now and they are going to be patterned, you will need to try and make sure you get that correct. So I'm going to try and explain to you now where I'm going to put this jump ring. Now we've got 2 more jump rings to add. These jump rings have got to go 1 on this side, the unit's going to be turned over, and 1 on the other side. So this is why having 2 colours really does help. If you've got them staggered, I've got 1 going towards my left. Is that wrong? Coming towards my right, and then the top one is going towards my left. So I'm right hand dominant. So that just for me is how I want to do this. If you want it to be in the opposite direction, absolutely fine. But what you do need is that stagger, that step effect. Okay. So I'm going to take a jump ring, and my jump ring, I'm just showing you the route, is going to go up through the lower one, or whichever one is sort of staggering to whichever side is free for you. So if you see, I'm holding this with my left hand side. So my right hand side is free. So I'm naturally going to add this jump ring through the right hand jump ring. Okay, and only that one jump ring. Nothing else, straight through. It's then going to turn and it's going to come down through the jump ring that is being held kind of in your hand. So for me, the left side. So I go up through the side and, up through the left-hand side, rotate, and it will come down through the right-hand side. Now, whether you go up through the right side and down through the left, it really doesn't matter. The key is that if the way that we talk about it in sort of like chainmail language, should we say, is you have two forms that you've got an eye. Two jump rings will form an eye, and that eye is like this little marquee shape just in the middle here. And you have the terminology of going through the eye, which is where your jump ring goes through both of those, right through the middle. And if you think back to when we've done a Mobius and things like that, we'll go through the eye. Now, the other terminology is around the eye. And what we're effectively doing with these two gold jump rings is we're going to go around that eye. So you could go through the middle of them, and that's going through the eye, or you could go around them, which means going up through one side and down through the other. So that jump ring that we're going to add will circle that little eye. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me show you. I'm going to take a jump ring, and I'm going back to one of my open ones. And I'm going to just make sure it's staggered. So I'm going to go up through the left-hand side, flip it around, and then down through that right-hand side. I'm going to try desperately to hold this still for you to see. Whew, and breathe, Laura. So if I let this go, you might go, oh, scary. It's fine. Okay. I'm going to come back with my pliers. And I'm going to, oops, it's because I let it go. Okay, let me try that again. Now, the reason that happened was because obviously I tried to hold that in an uncomfortable, unnatural position for you. Let's try it again. Up, flip it around and down. It's much quicker and easier if you do it in that sort of all-in-one motion. And then I'm just going to take my pliers and I'm going to close that. Now, what I tend to do is keep the whole unit in my dominant hand, sorry. Okay, and then I've still got the jump ring I've just added. So I'm going to take my whole unit and just kind of resettle it. So to do that, you can just chuck it on the table and hope it resettles itself. But you have to be pretty familiar with the weave to know if it's sitting how you want it to sit. So we don't really want to do that. What we wanted to do was when I added that weave, oh, there we go. Was when I added that weave, I wanted to hold it back into my hand like this. Okay, so I didn't want to drop it. I wanted to hold it. I will do another one where I don't mess it up completely. But you'll see that the jump ring that I've just added is circling the eye of the two gold. Give it a moment, it will focus. Come on. There we go. So it's circling that eye, which you can see in the middle. And you'll see it's sitting on top of the two single jump rings. So you've got circle, circle, circle. Okay. I'm going to turn my whole unit over in my hand and hold it steady. Really is key you hold it steady, because if you drop it, it can be tricky to refine that position. And then I want to do the same again. But because we've already put the jump ring on the other side, it should be easier. So what I'm going to do is just kind of go down through one, back up through the other, and that will lock it. I can let that go and see how it instantly becomes more stable. I'm going to do another one for you. And see, this is what I meant by you place it back onto your hand without dropping it. You ideally don't want to drop it until you comfortably know the weave, because otherwise it takes a little bit of Tetrising to see exactly where you are. But you will see now we have one complete HoneyBee weave unit. You can see the gold is going up and down, or it's going down and up. And this is how easy it is to mix them up. So let's do another one where I don't mess it up. So let's take a jump ring, an open jump ring, add on 2 closed, and I was right, it was only 4 that I needed, not 6. Sorry, I've been having one of those mornings. So you only need 4, you need 6 in total, 2 closed and 4 open. That's where I got myself confused. So 4 open and 2 closed. If you're going to do mixed colours, you want the closed ones to be one colour and all your open ones to be in the other colour. This will take us half an hour. No, it won't. I promise. Ready? So we stagger those 2 golds, or the 2 in the middle. We take our next jump ring, we go up and down. You can let it go, but if you let it go and close it, what you want to do now is put your finger back underneath and then lay that down. That's what we should have done the first time. That was super quick and easy. Because I was trying to hold it steady for you and show you, I dropped it. And unfortunately, because it's such a small unit, if you mess that up, it's not messed up. It just takes a bit of patience. Anastasia, I've never used a jump ring before. What sizes are they? These are 7mm jump rings from Totally Beads. There are kits available with 10% off at the moment. So for $4.49, I believe, you will get 3 packs of 7mm outer diameter jump rings, and you will in one color. So either silver, rose gold, gold, rhodium, black, or champagne gold. And then you will get 2 clasps, and a PDF as well. The PDF has got 21 pictures and full descriptions in it, and it also tells you how you can add the beads as an alternate to the design. If you are interested in any of the seed beads, they are an additional upsell and will be on the website when you look on there. I will show you again at the end. So you could see how easy that was the second time when I wasn't trying to overthink it. Turn the whole unit over, add your jump ring. So I'm going around and around, and I can let it go now and it should stabilize. And then I still put my finger back underneath just to sit it back how it wants to go. And then this is where we need to make sure when I place them down, can you see that the golds are both leaning towards the left? It doesn't matter which direction they go, whether they lean towards the left or the right, as long as they are in that same direction, because this really does help you when it comes to placing your piece together and connecting it. So I'm now going to do one with a bead on it. So I'm just going to go for, I said I was going to do the teal and the purple. So I'm going to do a teal. So you could do opposite colors. You could do opposite, one color at the top, one color at the bottom, or you could do color. You could do whatever you want. So add your bead on before you add your 2 closed jump rings. So 1 and 2, and then close. And then I'm going to take another open jump ring, collect the 2 as we've done previously, and then add on my other color. Oops, nope. Don't hit it off with your pliers. And close. And then nothing changes now. You've just got your beads already on there. Remember to stagger them. And as I said, you'll notice every time I pick these up, I always stagger them left to right, right to left. So I always go in that same direction, which should help me if I alternate the seed bead colors and stick to that same technique. I should get it right. So I'm going to just open. Remember, pop it straight back on your finger. It is actually a lot easier once you get happy and comfortable with that technique. And as I said, that first one I did deliberately wrong to show you how to not do it. I mean, I didn't do it wrong. It's just what happens if you drop it. And that will happen. You might drop it. And it's not the end of the world. Just take a moment. And there you have a beaded section. So let's place this. And again, make sure that my gold is all going in that same direction. Okay, so let's do another one now, where I add open jump ring, take 2 closed, add a seed bead. Now, I added, now this is how I try to remember if I'm doing alternate colorways with the seed beads, is I try to remember I picked up a green first on that last unit. So this unit, I want to pick up a purple first. So I try to remember it in that way, but you know, sometimes I find it easier just to add them afterwards. It really is your choice and your preference. And worst case, if you do mix them up, they're easy enough to switch back around. So adding on my green, and just to show you one more time, taking that unit. Now again, staggering it, and I always stagger right to left. Get my new jump ring ready. Having your jump rings ready really is quite essential, because if they're not ready, stopping and have to keep picking up and restarting is really tricky. So down through the left, down through the right, up through the left, and close. Now this is where I take my hand and just straighten that back out, and that's it, how it should. Flip the unit over and then repeat. Now if anyone's got any questions, please say. If you need me to show you again, please say. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, and I'm just going to do one more. So again, when I place this one down, in theory, now straight away I can see that's not right, because my gold is going towards each other and they shouldn't be. So I can try and turn it over and see if that works. Yep, I can turn the piece over. That should be fine. So we've got that, and I'm going to do one more unit. And I'm going to do this one without the beads just to show you one last time. So 1, and then 2, and close. And then last time we're going to add another bead and then close. And again, I do say this in the booklet. Now, sometimes I will just go ahead and make all of these units, the 2 and like the 1, 2, 1s, and then come along and do the staggering bit. It's really up to you. Sometimes I find it easier to know that there's 20 of these units ready, and then I can just pick up all my open jump rings and sort of stagger them and connect and form that unit. It really is your choice how you choose to do this, or you could go step by step and do each one as I'm doing now. So down and then back up. And even if I let that whole unit drop, as long as I take my finger and just kind of wiggle those 2 open, keep hold of the one you've just added. Just make sure you keep hold of the one that you've just added. And then that will sit, and you think you've got circle, circle, circle. Turn that unit back over. Take your next jump ring. And again, whichever way you want to go around with this one. Because this one's already locked, it doesn't need to, it's not as tricky because it's already locked. And again, make sure that that is sitting in that right direction. So we've got 1, 2, 3. I kind of just feel like I need to do, what I'm going to do is show you how I can add the beads afterwards. So what I could do is we'll add them afterwards, actually. So you go ahead and you make however many units of these up that you need. So I would make 20 of these to make a standard bracelet, which is about 7.5 inches. So obviously it could go up or it could go down. So however many units that you feel you would need. Now finishing the bracelet itself is very simple. You will simply add 2 jump rings at either end. When did you finish? There we go. Come on. 2 jump rings at either end, one with a jump ring and one with a lobster clasp. This is a handmade clasp, but you do get lobster clasps in these for you, which is fantastic. So now, one more little tricky bit. It's not really tricky, but I just need to explain it. We need to connect these. And to connect them, we need to make sure, again, that you've got lots of jump rings open. Now, you can connect these in the same colour that your sort of outside bits are, where your open jump rings were, or you could go ahead and use the same color as the sort of up and downs. I tend to do the same color as the silver because I personally, again, it's play about with it, but the reason I do is because I just feel it makes the little up and down bits really pop because they're kind of really stand out. But again, it's completely up to you. Just note that they are part of your opened. So if you do decide to do the connecting jump rings the same color as your up and downs, you will need to have them open. Okay, so I've got my jump rings here. Now I need to show you when I hold this together. If I pinch it together, we're going to add a jump ring, and it's going to basically go through the 2 jump rings that we had at the very last stage. Those 2 silver jump rings that we added, and just those silver jump rings, no other jump rings, just straight through. If you think of it, remember when we do Byzantine, I always say it's like a little rainbow. You've almost got that little rainbow section there. Your jump ring is going to go straight down through. So I'm going to show you. And I'm going to take a jump ring. I'm going to pop it straight down through. You just want to go down through and through. Okay, so just straight down through. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. The first one makes it look super easy because there's nothing else there. When it focuses, come on. There we go. Okay. So I'm actually going to go ahead and before, well, I'll go ahead and do that because it can be the start of your chain. And we double it up. They're all doubled up. So 1 and then 2. Okay. And let's add that final one to, so it's clear that that's the sort of beginning of the chain. That's your clasp section. Okay. That's your clasp. So let's turn it around and start to build it. Now this has set the direction of my gold down and up. So we're going to be going down and up. Okay. Now we need to do the same on the other side. But you can see the moment you've added jump rings on one side, it gets a little bit more crowded. So that gap is still there, but it's not as clear. So jump ring, going through, and you just want to go straight through. Now I find that if you kind of relax, see how I kind of let that go a little bit and then it relaxes a bit, you're more likely to be able to go straight through those 2 jump rings. Now it gets crowded, I'm not going to lie to you, but it works, so don't worry. So that jump ring is on there. So now I need to take my second component before I close it, and I need to make sure that they're going to be the same. So up and then down, you can see that there. So we've got up and then down with the gold. So I find I'm going to just, I can see, and I'm going to just take that jump ring and collect the gap on that new unit. And I'm going to close. Now, a top tip, fight the urge to go, well, I'll just add 1 on each way and then I'll come back and double up. Doesn't work because by then it gets too crowded for you to be able to get the jump rings in. You could just leave it as 1. It's got a bit more movement. And if you do struggle getting 2 jump rings through, absolutely nothing wrong with just leaving it at 1. Please don't feel there is. You know, it's fine to do that, but traditionally it should be 2. But who you know, I like to go against those rules. Now, I tend to find that I pull that unit to one side. It clears that space a bit better for me. So it could be a bit of a wiggle. And it does go through. It's just a bit of a wiggle to get it through. Sometimes I switch sides. I find sometimes it sounds a bit random, but just by switching sides, sometimes it makes it a bit easier. Go a bit gentle. It should go through. It is a wiggle. I'm not going to lie to you. You have to wiggle it a bit, but it will go through. Make sure it has just gone through that gap, nothing else. And then you should just be able to drop that second unit onto it. Oops. And there you've got your little section. This looks like a very tricky train. Rewatch and rewatch till it sinks in. It's very pretty though. Joanne, I promise you, it actually isn't tricky. It really isn't. It's a little bit fiddly on just getting that jump ring through, but the components, build those components up, get a couple, and you'll find that they're actually really easy to make. So I'm going to just show you again how we're connecting them, just because it's just a connecting part. And again, stick to just one to connect it if you want to. I'm going to come over to the other side. And again, I'm just going to kind of just give that a little bit of a wiggle. And we can come over to the other side. Oopsie, it's not playing the game for me. Straight through. And if you just, like I said, if you want to just go for one to connect it, that's absolutely fine, just to go for one. So I've got that jump ring through. Remember, when we pick our next unit up, that we have to make sure that these are up and down. And then I just pop that straight on. Make sure it goes straight through both of them. So that's what not to do. See how it's gone through in between the two golds? So it's quick movement and that fixes. And close. You do, of course, Joanne, remember you do get a picture PDF that shows you. I'm going to see if I can. Let me try something. Oopsie. Let me show you something. Cancel. I was just seeing if I can. Let me see if I can just. Oh, hang on. Okay. Let me see if I can just share the screen very quickly for you and show you. This is an example of the PDF you'll get for free as a download with the jump ring kit. So you can see it does. I don't want to show you, obviously, but it shows you very clearly where those jump rings are meant to go. It shows you the route. It's got all of that. And so that is what you will get with as a free upload with the kit. So you purchase the kit, you'll get that PDF. That was just 3 pictures. You get a lot more than that. You get 21. So it does, of course, show you step by step and exactly where those jump rings will go. So it really isn't that tricky. So we've got this here. I'm just, for quickness, going to just add 1 jump ring, but hopefully you get the idea of how we're going to continue and double it up. Let's just see if we can get this one through. So they do go through. You just have to give it a bit of a wiggle, a little bit of a wiggle. It does go through. Just have to be a little bit assertive with it, and it will sit through. Now it just needs to be that little bit of it just makes it have that nice stability. So you can see there's your chain. You can see that you've got the up, down, oh, and there you go. That's what we do. That's how easy it is to make a mistake, because I somehow managed to put that on back to front. But it's easy enough for me to remove those jump rings and replace it. I wanted to show you quickly how you can add the seed beads after if you want to. You'll see that you can see the open and close join on the jump rings if you've already got them and you want to add a seed bead on afterwards. You just open and close it and you add that detail on. Make sure it's closed properly. And there's your additional piece. And that's how easy it is for you to add your new, give it a bit of a wiggle. If it's feeling a little bit sort of, because sometimes you just need to settle those jump rings. There you go. Once you've got them settled, it will go through. As I said, you can, of course, go for 1 or 2 to connect it, but just gives it a bit of stability, and you can open and close those jump rings as well if you want to. It is a super pretty pattern. You can see here that, take your time with it. It does build up nicely. You can have a bit of fun. You can have a couple of jump rings. Show you it again. It's just a matter of taking your time, making sure, the key thing really is making sure that your up and downs are consistent. If they go the wrong way, you can simply undo the connecting jump rings and then just, you know, turn your unit over the right way. But that is part of the reason that I say to maybe add your beads afterwards, because it's a lot to think about, making sure that they're the same direction. These are alternate. So I find sometimes to just make the chain plain and then to add those seed beads on afterwards, because it only takes 5 minutes to open and close and just quickly add them on. And then that way, you know, you've got that pattern correct and consistent. Remember, you do get a PDF with your download of the jump rings only. If you get the HoneyBee Weave kit, you will have enough for 2 bracelets. You get the 3 bags of 7mm outer diameter jump ring, which are 5mm inner, along with 2 clasps, along with a PDF downloadable instructions and this video to watch as well. And I'm always here for you to give me a shout if there's anything that you need or that you want. Just let me know. If you have any questions, I'm on Facebook, Laura Binding, or Unique You by Laura Binding. Quite easy to find, or contact me through Totally Beads. You know, I'm easily contactable by Kitty. I hope you've enjoyed this. Looks great. Can't decide on what color. Definitely mix it up, Rachel. Definitely get a couple of different ones. Get your head around those units, and then it's just connecting them. And I promise it is really easy. Skip past where I dropped it and then watch the next one. I made it much easier. I hope you like this. It's been really lovely of you to join me. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day. I am back next Wednesday. Bit of a switch around because it's my hubby's birthday at the end of May. So I've done a bit of a switcheroo. So I'm actually on next Wednesday instead of the Wednesday after. So that will be fun, and I hope you can join me for that. Again, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you have a lovely rest of your week.